Hey YouTube, what's going on? Team Phantasmo coming at you with another video. This is a Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile. I've just decided that I feel in the mood for a lot of recording lately, so I'm just trying to get out a lot of stuff at the moment, and why not go out with my Ritual Beast deck profile. I thought it'd be a good time to do this now is because with the new ban list and everything, the deck has changed a little bit. Because you can abuse other cards. Obviously, Gold Sarc's at 3, so we gotta abuse that, right? So, it's obviously still Ritual Beast. It's not anything, like, amazing, unless you're a sack and you open Elder Cannahawk every single game. Then, yeah, the deck's amazing. But if you don't, then it's just, not that great. But, yeah, plus this guy's at 1. So, when you run into Strike or Warning, you're just kind of like, okay. Good game. It happens. But yeah, let's just get straight into this deck profile. The reason this deck profile will probably come up again, like in like next year, if you even watch this next year, because there's like a confirmed new Ritual Beast support, and you'll probably run her at 2 or 3. I want to say 2 right off the bat, but since she can float into herself at points too, it could be actually good to run her at 3. She can only float into herself once though, because of the obvious. You can only special summon them once per turn. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, let's just get straight into it. So first off, 3 Ritual Beast Tamer Elder. He's like the heart and soul of this deck. Gets your combos going. You always want to open this guy. And now we play 3 Ritual Beast Tamer Wen. It was between 2 and 3, and I decided just to max out at 3 because this just makes your plays more better, and then you get to see it more often because Gold Sarc's at 3, and then Gold Sarc becomes more live if you run this at a higher number. So it just makes it so that even if you don't have the Elder Cannahawk play it, this is still a good play right here to get your combos going. So you can get one search off at least, and then you can potentially get a second one off as well, depending on how you feel against your matchup and stuff. So it's good. I like it at 3. I think it's really, really good. And then 1 Zephyrin Pelika. Cut this down now. I pretty much cut out like this Field Spell Searcher and Terraforming because it's like unnecessary now, because just when it Gold Sarc is just better than this. The whole point of running that was basically for deck thinning, and Gold Sarc gets something out of the deck already, so that thins it. Plus you have a card that just gets you to your stuff faster, so it just works out better. And then 1 Lara to wrap up the Tamers. Yeah. If you know Ritual Beast, you know what they all do. This one's specials from Grave, so it's like a Norden effect basically for those 2. Yeah, I'm not going to go over all the effects because if people don't know them by now, well, yeah, it's been a while. This deck's been out for a while now, so yeah. So onto the Spiritual Beasts. Obviously, 3 Cannahawk. Cannahawk's the best one. It banishes something. It has the exact, it's a Gold Sarc effect basically. Get something out of the deck, second standby phase, you get it. Obviously, unless you get it not theirs. So, yep, Cannahawk. 2 Pingu. Cut Pingu down to 2 now because 3 is unnecessary, I found now, with all the other cards that you can play now with the Gold Sarc and the Wens. It just seems like it was unnecessary. This like extends your plays when you get open Elder Cannahawk, but like you don't need to open it in your opening hand all the time. Yes, opening Elder Rampengu is still fine, but it's not your most optimal play now. This is like, that play is now I'd consider to be your 3rd best opening play. I wouldn't even consider it the 2nd one anymore. So I cut it down, and it's still, you can run it at 3 if you want. It's personal preference. I just think it's not the best opening hand, and 2nd best opening hand. I think it's dropped down to the 3rd. So, yeah. And then 2 Apelio. Apelio just kind of like recycles your stuff into the banish zone so that like you can keep searching basically. That's all it does really. It gives attack boosts, but the only guy that you attack with usually is like Alti Apelio, and he's unaffected when he attacks. So like the attack boosts he gains from this card would be during the damage step. It goes down to like back down to his original attack, so it doesn't really matter. And then one Petal Fin to wrap up the monsters. This card's like, just, you use it for the name, but it's also got a decent effect because it bounces stuff. So, that's good. And then onto the spells. So, with the ban list, we got now Gold Sarc at 3. Now, one thing, the reason that I think this is now at 3 is I think they're trying to push Ritual Beasts now, because we heard in the new set Raging Tempest that Ritual Beasts are getting more support. And then all of a sudden, the ban list comes like 2 weeks later after that's announced, and then Gold Sarc's back at 3. So, I don't know. I feel like there's like some kind of connection there. I don't think it's probably too significant, but I still think there's some kind of connection. But yeah, this just makes your turn 1 play is going to be a lot better now. So you might as well just maximize on the potential of it. 3 MST. MST is still MST. It's good. You just can't play Twin Twisters in this deck because you can't afford the neg. It's just too much. You can't afford it. It's as simple as that. And then on to the one-ofs. You play 1 Bond. Bond is still good. It's at 1. It just gets you out of certain situations and can afford... It can potentially also make it so you avoid destruction of stuff, because then you can contact in a Petal Fin, which can't be destroyed by card effects. So then you can protect yourself and still have a big booty out there that hopefully can get you through the game, you know? So, plus, this is also good for... You can actually OTK in this deck with this card, because you're like Ulti Apelio, Bond into another Ulti Apelio, or Ulti Gaia Apelio, just depending on how much damage your opponent's taken. So, yeah. That's kind of like, again, unless you know for a fact you can go for game, that's a really bad play. But if you can go for game and you know they're like open, like, yeah, go for it. But like, it's just that it's honestly not a very good play, because then you get rid of your guys. So make sure you actually can win if you're going to do that. Usually in that situation you can, but I'm just saying, be careful. 1 Brain Research Lab. This card's still good. It's still good if you open it. Like, it's just, there's not anything else I can find at the moment, like, that would work better. Like, I guess you could run Upstart. Like, I don't know. Like, I just think this is still good. It's basically that's all I can say, is I think it's still good. So, plus as just as a one-of, it's fine. I don't see any problem with running it. 1 E-Telly. It's at 1. You play it at 1. When I used to play Ritual Beast back in the day, I was the person... There was 2 versions of playing Ritual Beast. You play the E-Telly version and you play the non-E-Telly version. I refused to play E-Telly back in the day because I thought it was awful. I still do think it's not that great. Like, I don't like this card in this deck because it uses up the special summon of the guy this turn, and you can't use it anything after that. The reason that running Wen at 3 is good, even those it uses up the special summon of the spiritual beast that you use to bring back from the banish zone, is still good because you get to choose which one you want in the banish zone, which then can solidify making your plays extending for that turn. But with this card, it's just kind of like, okay, I bricked. Okay, I still brick, but like, help me. That's kind of what this card does. It doesn't really like extend your plays whatsoever. It just gets you out of a brick hand. And even that is still like a very mediocre play that doesn't extend your combos. So yeah, it just gets you out of situations. That's why you run it basically. 1 Dimensional Fissure. Banishing doesn't hurt you, so you just run Floodgates because you can, because it hurts everything else. And then Regeki because board wipe. One thing I've also considered running in this deck is Dark Hole, but it was just kind of like, it seemed kind of unnecessary with all the destruction. Like, oh, sorry. This is all traps. Like, you play a lot of traps. Like, yeah. Anyways, so 3 Steeds and 3 Ambush, like the staple Ritual Beast cards you have to run. This is your Super Call the Haunted, and this is your untargetable, like destruction card. I don't know what I could compare it to. I guess it's kind of like a Mirror Force, but it's not like they have to attack. It's just you flip it and then destroy stuff equal to the amount of Ritual Beasts you control. So, yeah. And then 2 Breakthrough Skill. This card is good for just baiting out stuff and also actually getting rid of like stuff that uses a normal summon. For like, this is good against Blue Eyes because it stops their normal summon plays, or potentially it stops them from blowing up your stuff, which you're pretty vulnerable to. And then it's like kind of like bad against PK, but like you can side it out because there's better stuff to play against PK. But like Cosmos, I like it against Cosmos because you basically on their normal summon you activate this and try to bait them out into tagging out, because then they'll think they have to get something out on the field and can't just leave this one person to like sit there and do nothing. And then more than likely you have other cards that can stop them from using effects like strike or warning or stuff like that. And it definitely happens. So speaking of that, 2 strike and warning, obviously it's just the best traps, so you run them. So not much else needs to be said about that. And then Torrential Tribute. I don't really like this card, but it works in this deck due to the tagging out feature that happens. Because basically what happens is on your opponent's summon, you tag out and then you chain Torrential Tribute. So then that resolves first, and then you bring out your guys after the destruction happens. So just know the chain links, and basically this deck, you just need to really know your chain links basically and how chain links work properly, and you can just do some stuff like that. Like I've seen like people run lose 1 turn in this deck, which is actually not a bad idea. I'd actually maybe even consider it after testing, which I need to do because I'd consider it, because you can do some nutty stuff with that kind of stuff. Because your Ritual Beast guys, they still get their effects because basically how it works is with Ritual Beasts, to activate the effect, you target 2 Ritual Beast cards. That's the cost of the effect, and then you chain its own effect to tag out, and then target 2 things, and then special summon them. Well, because lose 1 turn says it negates cards that are on the field, even though you can still negate your opponent's stuff, but then while you're tagging out, your effect doesn't get negated because you're not on the field anymore. So your effect resolves, and you still get your special summon out. So plus it's like a floodgate to stop your opponent. So yeah. And then the Macrocosmos to wrap it up. But yeah, I'd consider running lose 1 turn in this deck. That's definitely an idea that people can run. I've seen people run that before. So, but yeah, let's just go into the extra deck. 1 Alti Canahawk. It's at 1, so you only play it at 1. Rip. Sucks, but yeah. 2 Alti Petalfin. It's just it's really good. It can't be short card effects, and you can have something to sit on. Basically, when it comes to Alti Canahawk, though, is it's like if this card dies, I'm just kind of like, I want to scoop. Like I just kind of like don't want to play anymore, which it happens a lot. Like there's not much you can do about it. You just play, and if they have it, they have it, and if they don't, they don't. It's just kind of one of those things, which kind of makes the decks kind of like, it sucks, but it's just kind of like, it makes you not want to play anymore when you don't have Alti Canahawk. It's just kind of like, it's just gonna be such a grind, and it kind of sucks. And then 3 Alti Apelio. He's like your attacker basically. Yeah. And then 2 Ulti Guy Apelio. Yeah. I don't think anything you're supposed to have. 3200, pretty big. And then if you get it out, you can like have a hand. You make sure you have a hand when you get it out, and then you can like negate everything. So it's good. But yeah, that's just the fusions. Like that's the numbers. These are the numbers. Like you don't play anything different than these numbers right here. You have to play this. That's just how it is. Because targets for Pengu, and you need these for attacking. You need 1 for Pengu target and 1 for your own plays, and you can only run 1 of this. So yeah, you need those numbers, and the rest is just free reign. I'm missing 1 card right now. You can put whatever you want in. I don't really care. I'm just missing 1, but yeah. Castell, obviously. Cowboy, because pew pew, cowboy game. Karen and Gorgon. I don't like this card. I think you can probably play something different. I just kind of like Blue Eyes is like being played quite a bit at my locals right now. And then I'm just like alternative targets 1, so you can Karen and Gorgon. It can like stop alternative. I know that's bad. I know it is. I'm just saying that it's something. Yeah, so you can play something else other than that. I'm just saying. And then 2 Chidori, just because Chidori is wind and you can make winds, and Chidori's awesome. And then lastly, Abyss Dweller, just because it hurts PK. And yeah. And then for the force, like the other spots, like what I would do is I'd cut like a couple, like three things from here, and then I'd run like Utopia, and then like Prime, and then Lightning. I'd probably run the Utopia like little thing so you can get over stuff. It seems like a good idea. I just haven't because I'm lazy. But yeah, that is the Ritual Beast deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's just a little something that I've always played Ritual Beast. I always have and always will. So I just thought I'd like profile it after the ban list that came out, and yeah, give my little thoughts and everything about it. But yeah, definitely keep in mind on that lose one turn. Yeah, it's a good idea. All right, peace out, guys. Take care.